press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Welcome back, dear students. So here, see, we will discuss about understanding our criminal justice system, right? So there we did discuss about what is crime, what is criminal justice, right? So how this criminal justice system, how important it is, all those things we did discuss. So today let us know about let us move further, that is Article 22 of the Constitution, Basu Guidelines, what exactly guidelines they have given to the police officer or say any person whosoever is related to the criminal justice system, and role of public prosecutor and even the judge, what is a fair trial. So let us know about these things in detail. So very first thing is Article 22, which is the fundamental right. So this is the criminal law guarantee, okay, it is a criminal law guarantee to every arrested person. It is the guarantee given by the Constitution itself to every arrested person, certain fundamental rights, okay, certain fundamental rights that is mentioned under Article 22. So what does this tells all about? See, very first is the right to be informed at the time of arrest, okay, nothing but whenever a person is being taken into custody or has been arrested, the person should be informed for what reason he is being arrested, okay, the very first right. So accused, though the person might have done the crime or he might be innocent, does not matter. So the guilt, either it will be proved or he may not be, he will be proved that he is not guilty. So that is different. That will be taken care by the judge. But very first thing, whenever a police, okay, he is taking the person into custody or say police official, whenever he is arresting a person, he should make sure that, you know, he should be informed. The person whosoever he is arresting, he should be informed why the person is being arrested. Okay, the clear thing, the offense, whatever offense he has done and whatever offense for what he has been arrested, that has to be informed. So the right to be presented before a magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. Okay, so the rights, what are the rights given? Okay, he should be presented in front of the magistrate. Okay, he should be presented in front of the magistrate, that too within 24 hours of his arrest. So within 24 hours he should be presented in front of the magistrate. That is again a right the person, the accused has got. Okay, so he can use it. So whenever a person is being arrested, very first thing is he should know the reason why he is being arrested. Okay, why he is being arrested, what is his guilt, that thing should be made known to the person. The second thing is the right, okay, he should know, he should be presented. Okay, it is his fundamental right to be presented before a magistrate within 24 hours of his arrest. The third is the right not to be ill-treated. He should not be ill-treated or tortured. Okay, he should not be tortured during arrest or in custody. Even if the person is in custody, or say if at all the person is ill-treated, the person should not be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. Matlab, like, see, whenever a person is taken into custody, he should not be tortured there. That is very wrong. What police, if at all they are doing that, then it is very wrong. To get evidences, if they are doing that with taking the permission or say, or they have to, certain things they have to follow, but keeping in mind these guidelines, okay, they have to take the action there. So the person should not be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. The next is confessions. Okay, confessions made in police custody cannot be used as evidence against the accused. I have given you the homework. In the previous class, I have asked you people saying that why the confessions given by the person in the police custody cannot be considered as evidence against the accused. Why that cannot be used as evidence? You people have to find it out, and if at all you cannot, then surely I'll help you out with I'll send a record in WhatsApp, not an issue. But see that you people find it out. This is a homework for you people. And yes, a boy under 15 years of age and women cannot be called to the police station only for questioning. So boy under 15 years or say any women, they cannot be called, okay, they for only questioning and all, they cannot be called to the police station. So these are the few things, always remember. Okay, under article 22 of the constitution itself, they have clearly mentioned, and this is given as a fundamental right to the person who has been arrested. Next guidelines, that is Basu Guidelines. See what here, the Supreme Court of India, okay, the Supreme Court of India, it has laid down certain specific requirements and even the procedures that the police and other agencies have to follow whenever they are detaining, okay, whenever they are detaining or say interrogating any of the person. So those are called as Basu Guidelines, and some of these include, see, very first thing is the police officials who carry out the arrest or interrogate, okay, if at all they are interrogating a person, or if at all the person who is arresting a person, okay, the police, especially the police officer who arrests a person or interrogates a person, should wear clear, accurate and visible identification. He should be a police officer, neatly dressed with his nameplate, with whatever designation he has, all those things has to be mentioned clearly. So that is the main thing. Imagine today I come in police dress and I tell you I am a police, will you just agree? So there are chances that I may fool you people, right? So that should not happen. That's the reason they should be neatly, like in the uniform and all, so that they can with name tags and their designation, all those things has to be mentioned clearly. So those are very much important. So a memo of arrest should be prepared at the time of arrest. So at the time of arrest, they should prepare a memo there. Okay, they have to prepare a memo and should include the time and date of arrest. So in that memo, they have to mention the time and date when they will be arresting the person, and it should also be attested by at least one witness who could include a family member. So they in this particular memo, they have to include one witness at least from the family, okay, of the person who has been arrested here, and the arrest memo should be countersigned by the person arrested. So it should be signed, okay, countersigned by the person who has been arrested. So these are few of the guidelines. The next is the person arrested, okay, detained or being interrogated has a right to inform a relative, friend or well-wisher. So whosoever, any of one person he can inform. So about the arrest or interrogation, so that is allowed by the guidelines itself, so that can be done. If at all a person has been arrested, he has to inform someone, right, about his arrest, so that can be done, that is allowed by the law itself. So the next is a boy, when a friend or relative lives outside the district, the time, place of arrest and venue of custody must be notified by police within 8 to 12 hours after arrest. So that has to be notified, okay, after 8 to 12 hours, okay. So if at all the friend or say any person who is staying away, then definitely that has to be informed to within 8 to 12 hours. So that has to be notified, so that the other person gets to know about these things. So those are the guidelines given, okay, and every police officer or every person who is related to the arrest of a person or say interrogation of a person, though they have to follow this Basu Guidelines. Next is role of public prosecutor. See, public prosecutor is also very much important, role of PP, okay, public prosecutor. So who is the public prosecutor? He is the person who represents the state. So as I told you, a crime is against the public, okay, it is a public wrong. You cannot take, though the private person has faced it, okay, though the private person is been injured, okay, though the private person has faced that problem, but even then this particular crimes always is considered to be a public wrong, and it is always considered that it is committed not only against the affected victim but against the society. While telling the difference between civil law and criminal law, I had come up with this itself, civil law and criminal differences. So, see, when it comes to crime, crime is done against the society itself. So, what they consider here is whatever wrong, no doubt the person, there are victims, okay, the victim has faced this, no doubt, okay, the victim has faced it, the victim has come across it, but even then they always consider the wrong is a public wrong, okay, the crime is a public wrong, and the person, okay, it is done against the society itself. So, as a whole they consider it as though it is done against the society here, okay. So, the next is, do remember, yes, the last lesson, okay, related to your knowing the judiciary. So, while we were dealing with that, we came across one of the case there, right, the dowry death case. So, you did hear that case, right. So, the case was like this, right, state versus Lakshman Kumar and others, right. Did they tell like Sudha versus or any other person? No, right, they did not take it like that. It was state versus Lakshman Kumar and others. Though Sudha was the person who was a victim there, right, Sudha was the person who was killed, she was tortured and was killed, right, but even then it was not Sudha's name, they did not take Sudha's name, but it was state versus your Lakshman Kumar and others. So, here also, if at all the case, if at all the imaginary case they have taken, right, even like if you consider that, it would not be Mr. and Mrs. Shinde versus Shanti. No, absolutely wrong. It would be state versus Shanti Emrim and not Mrs. Shinde versus Shanti. So, that is what they are telling here. So, whenever a wrong has happened, okay, a wrong is committed, whenever somebody has violated the law, okay, somebody has unlawfully done some crime, okay, they have gone against, they have violated the law, then definitely it would be the public wrong. They consider it to be the public wrong and not the, though it is the private person, okay, private individual. There is a victim, no doubt, but again it is considered to be public wrong and it is considered as though it is done towards the society itself. So, in the court, it is the public prosecutor who represents the interests of the state. Okay, who will be representing the interests of the state? It would be the public prosecutor. So, the public prosecutor is the person, okay, he is representing the state here. Okay, he represents the state, he will be having the witnesses there, nothing but the victim themselves or any such person who has seen the victim suffer. Okay, so that person, to represent them, it would be the public prosecutor. So, the public prosecutor is very important. Again, he is playing his role when it comes to the criminal justice system. So, the role of the public prosecutor begins once the police has conducted the investigation, okay, police role has finished, and once the investigation is done, after that they will be filing the charge sheet, right. So, once they file the charge sheet, then he or she, okay, nothing but the public prosecutor, it may be he or say she, shall play the role on behalf of the state. On behalf of the state, they will be playing their respective role here. So, as an officer of the court, what they will be doing? Their duty to act impartially. They should be very impartial in nature. As they are representing state, they should remember that they are representing state and they should not be in favor of any of the person there. They should not support accused, they should not even support state. They should be very impartial. They have to keep in mind that yes, they are representing state and they have to do their work prompt, being very prompt. Okay? Yes. So they have to present the full and material facts. Always remember, the facts should be correctly mentioned, witnesses and evidence. Not only this, even the witness and evidence should be correctly given. So they have to represent the witness and even the, they have to even represent the, not only the witness, even the evidences, whatever evidence they have received, they have to represent it thoroughly. Okay, so they have to present it in the manner it is required so that there won't be any problem. So the next is, yes, so the next one is, okay, so next is role of the judge. So see, even the examination, so when it comes to the defense lawyer, it was a cross examination which she did, okay, Kamala Roy had done, right? Yes, okay, she has done with the witnesses, and here again public prosecutor, he started with examination in chief with the witnesses whatsoever he had with him, right? So public prosecutor again plays an important role. The next is the role of the judge. Always remember, judge is like an umpire. Okay, he will be hearing both the parties. He hears both the parties and he always gives the judgment. Always remember, again, judge has to hear both the parties, audi alteram partem, natural justice. Okay, so he should be very, very impartial in nature. He should hear both the parties. Clearly he has to hear. Not only that, what all other roles he has to do is, no doubt he is like an umpire in a game and he conducts the trial impartially and in an open court. He hears all the witnesses. He should hear all the witnesses, including the defense witness, okay, he should hear, and other evidences, whatever evidences they have received, he should hear, presented by the prosecution and the defense. It may be by the public prosecutor or it may be the defense lawyer, does not matter. Who has presented does not matter. But if it is related to the case and if it considered that yes, this evidence is very much important, then he has to stress upon it and he has to be very thoroughly hearing all those things. So he should thoroughly hear it. He should concentrate. He should hear it. He should give his 100%. He should be very impartial. Okay, so that has to be done, and the judge decides whether the accused is guilty, okay, nothing but whether his guilt is proved or whether, okay, he is innocent. So it is in the hands of the judge. So the judge will be deciding whether the person has done wrong or whether the person is very innocent. So that will be done by the, the person who has been taken into custody, who has been considered as an accused there. So the person, okay, that person will be considered like whether he is guilty, whether his guilt is proved or whether he is innocent, that will be decided by, okay, that will be decided by whom? It will be decided by the judge here. So judge plays very important role. So the next is, apart from that, the judge pronounces the sentence, okay, the judge, whether he is a convict or whether he is acquitted. See, Shanti was acquitted. He gave a statement there, right? He mentioned everything there and then he said that whether Shanti is convict or say she is acquitted, that was decided by the judge. So it is the judge. And that's the reason I told judge is like an umpire. He will be hearing both the parties and then he or she will be giving the, judgment. Okay? Yes. Next. Now, if at all is an acquitted, no doubt the person would be free. If at all the person is convicted, then definitely the person should be sent to the jail or impose the fine or both. You can, it is totally depending upon the judge, whether either he can punish the person with imprisonment or only with fine or with both. So, it would be the judge who will be deciding upon that particular thing. So, this is the part played by the judge. So, here also see when it comes to the judge, so when it comes to Shanti's story, he did hear, right, all the testimonies were heard by the witnesses, defense witness, Sushil was heard, Sushil's employer was heard, right, all the testimony was considered. Not only that, even Sharma for that matter, even Sharma's statement was considered here, right. So, the judge was very impartial. You can consider the judge was very impartial. Next, the last term, that is, what is a fair trial? See, fair trial is the one what the imaginary story here, Shanti's story is imaginary, right? Whatever they have conducted there, so that is a fair trial. Imagine without conducting any trial, if at all they would say that Shanti, yes, Shanti has stolen the property, she has sold it and she has received the money, let's put her in the jail. If that would happen, what would be the condition, right? Now, now come to the first story what I discussed with you people related to that juvenile, the small kid who saw his mother getting tortured, getting beaten up. He took extreme step. What was his condition of mind? Daily he used to go through certain torture, he used to feel, he used to see that his mother is being tortured. So, whether the step taken by him was correct? No, definitely not. Under juvenile delinquency, definitely he would be he should be taken into a rehab center or say rehabilitation center, wherein he will be treated, nothing but, see, he will be confined, no doubt he will be punished, but in the manner as mentioned in the law, okay, below like 14 years or say now like it is considered as 16 years and all, okay, so that depends. So now they are taking even the mens rea, okay, so they will be taking this mens rea into consideration. What was his mental condition, whether that was correct, whatever step he has taken, whether that was right. Did he have any motive behind killing a person? If there was any motive, then probably they would consider that. So, all these things matters a lot. So, here see, if at all Shanti's case was taken, what if the court did not give a copy of the charge sheet? Okay, what if they would not arrange any of the lawyer? What would have happened to Shanti? Okay, what if they would take up the trial in a secret location, neither Shanti or Sushil were present. Imagine they were not at all allowed to attend and they conducted the trial secretly. What would have happened? What if he did not give Shanti's lawyer, Advocate Roy, enough time, okay, to question the witnesses of the prosecution, okay, or such as Mrs. Shinde, and instead had already decided that Shanti was guilty? What would have happened if these things would have happened? As Mrs. Shinde's son's friends are involved, imagine if even the son was involved, okay, Mrs. Shinde's son was involved, and to save him, if they would play a game here, what would have happened? What would be the scenario then? Right? So, if at all you think about this, you get to know how our criminal justice system, how it is working, how important it is. You will understand then, right? So, the case, whatever the trial they have carried out, like stepwise, so that is a fair trial. Fair is something that is reasonable, something that is lawful, legally acceptable, something wherein that is following the trial, during the trial they have followed the natural justice, that is audi alteram partem, wherein both the parties are heard, right? They have been given a chance, they have been impartial there. If these things are considered, then definitely they have conducted the trial in a right manner. So, next is Yes, Article 21. So, like the trial ensures that Article 21, nothing but life and personal liberty, right to life and personal liberty is upholded here. Okay, firstly, Shanti was given the copy of the charge sheet. No doubt she was given the copy of charge sheet saying that so and so charges they have put on you. So, whether you agree with this, now she did plead saying that no, I plead, I am not guilty here, right. So, and all other evidences that the prosecution presented against her. Okay, Shanti was charged with the offence of theft that was defined as a crime in the law. So, she was considered that she has done such a crime, and the trial was held in an open court. Do remember this, it was not at all taken up in a secret place or some place wherein Shanti and Sushil could not reach, nothing as such. It was held in an open court and they were being very clear with all the words, right. So, apart from that, the trial was held in the presence of the accused, and Shanti was defended by the lawyer. There was an opportunity for cross examination also, right. So, how did the cross examination was done? It was a leading question asked by Miss like this advocate, right, Advocate Roy. She did ask, she came up with a cross examination, she asked for a leading question there. So, it means that there was a fair trial, right. Both the witnesses were given enough time, they were given, there was a examination in chief, cross examination was there, all this were conducted in a very right manner. So, Roy was given an opportunity to present other witnesses also, defense witness Sushil, his employer, and even Mr. Sharma, even he was given a chance as a defense witness, right. So, as this had happened, you can say that the imaginary case, though it is imaginary, it was conducted in a fair manner. So, it is significant, it is very important that the judge, okay, before to that, the police filed a case of theft against Shanti, although it was done, and judge, imagine, like, though the case, they did file a charge sheet saying that yes, Shanti has done the theft, she has committed a theft, she is found to be guilty, but even then the judge did consider her as an innocent, right. So, this point has to be taken into consideration, she was considered to be innocent still there, okay, yes. So, to prove beyond the reasonable doubt, so whatever it has to be done, so they have to prove beyond the reasonable doubt. So, it is the responsibility of the prosecution, I think with the public prosecutor, he has to, he is the one who has to prove beyond the reasonable doubt, saying that yes, Shanti is guilty, she has to be proven to be guilty, and that has to be proved by the prosecutor here. So, it is significant, it is very important that judge decided the matter on the basis of evidence. Do remember this, on the basis of evidence itself, though the judge will be knowing everything, but even then they have to consider the evidences. So, whatever the evidence has come, whether it is against or for, he has to give the judgment considering the evidences itself. Okay, here also same thing. So, like considering the evidences, the judge has given his judgment, and he did not jump to the conclusion saying that Shanti is very innocent or Shanti is guilty. No, all the step by step they have conducted the like criminal justice, okay, like the justice is given there. So, next is Shanti, imagine, like instead the judge remained impartial, if at all he was impartial, and since the evidence showed that the young man and not Shanti was thief, he set Shanti free. So, as he was impartial, okay, as the judge was impartial, he did set Shanti free. Imagine if he was not impartial, what would be the condition? Definitely, like Shanti would be proved guilty, and should be behind the bars. So, it happens many a times that if at all there are no evidences, no exact evidences, or if at all the judges are not they are not impartial in nature, then definitely there are chances that a few of the innocents get guilt, like their guilt will be proved and they get punished many a times. So the constitution and the law both state that all of the persons that we have discussed in this chapter should carry out their rules in a proper manner. So the police officer, the judge, okay, after police officer, the defense lawyer, the public prosecutor and even the judge, they have played their role. They have given their, like everybody has got a chance to save themselves. All the witnesses were their statements were taken, right? So they were considered in a right manner. So the rule of law which says that everyone is equal before law would not make such sense if every citizen were not guaranteed a fair trial by the constitution. So it would be of no use if they were not guaranteed the fair trial. So it means that they all need to work to ensure that every citizen, irrespective of their class, caste, gender, religion and ideology background, they should be very fair. Whosoever is the accused, whether the accused is rich or poor does not matter, whosoever is an accused, the players, okay, the players, whosoever is playing the role of the important role played here, okay, the roles, the players whosoever are there, they have to play their role thoroughly and they should not be partial in nature, okay, they should be very, very impartial in nature so that they should conduct the trial in a fair manner. So reasonable, something that is reasonable, something that is fair in nature, something that is acceptable in nature, something that is not violating the law, something that is not violating anybody's fundamental right. So it should be fair in nature, it should be conducted in a very, very, very correct manner. So that is what is being expected from the players here. So with this we have finished your 6th unit, that is understanding our criminal justice system. So here we did discuss many things related to the crime. So what is crime, what is criminal justice, how the criminal justice system is working with the 4 players, that is the police, the public prosecutor, the defense lawyer and the judge. We even came across many terms, that is accused, convicted, bail, cross-examination, examination in chief, okay, and even we came across certain terms like public prosecutor, defense lawyer. We have discussed each and everything in detail. Hope I have reached you people the manner it is required. If at all you have any doubt, once the video gets streamed up, please see that you can approach me at any time. I'll be answering your doubts, okay, I'll be clearing the doubts, I can answer you at any time, okay. So apart from these things, so we have discussed much more things related to Article 22 of the Constitution, wherein the rights are given to the accused. Few rights are being mentioned, and even Basu Guidelines which has to be followed by the person who is arresting or interrogating any of the accused. We did discuss even what is fair trial. So with this we have finished your 6th unit and hope I have reached you people. Thank you dear students. Hope you have understood. Again I am telling, hope you have understood. Considering this, I conclude. Thank you so much for your patience. Have a great day. Enjoy.